Hey, folks, I have a quick message before we kick this episode off. We are giving away a free bow. That's right, you heard it correctly. We are giving away a free Mathews Lift X to one lucky podcast listener as a way to say thank you for supporting the past show and now Drawn West. So, we are going to be giving away a Lift X. The winner will get to choose whether they want a Lift X 29.5, that's a 29.5-inch axle to axle bow, or if they want the Lift X 33. The winner also gets to choose whether they want a 60 pound, a 70 pound, or an 80 pound bow. You name it, you get to choose. You also get to choose your draw length and the color bow you want. What color riser, what color limbs. We want to make sure whoever wins this bow gets exactly what they want. It's not a cookie cutter 70 pound, 30-inch draw. We know a lot of people don't fit that kind of bow. And so we are going to order exactly the right bow to fit your needs. So you can get signed up over at getdrawnwest.com/giveaway. There should be a link in our podcast show notes. You can get there from our social pages, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. They're all Get Drawn West, one word. You can get entered to win. Now, here is the kicker. While it's a completely free giveaway, we want to make sure that people that really need a new bow, if you're one of those guys or gals like myself who's been having the same bow for almost 10 years, we want to make sure you have all the opportunity in the world to stack the odds in your favor, rack up as many bonus entries as possible. And they're all completely free as well. They are very simple to do. Go and see the entire list at getdrawnwest.com/giveaway, but I'll quickly run through them all. If you just get signed up, you're going to get an email, a confirmation email that says you're in. If you just reply to that email or send an email to brian@getdrawnwest.com, that's me, that's my email, I'm the only one that reads them, and just tell us which Lift X you'd choose, the 29.5 or the 33, what color's calling your name. Give us the specs of your dream bow. You're going to get 5 extra points. It's just like our Western applications. The more points you have, the better your odds of winning. So right off the bat, tell us what your dream Lift X looks like, 5 points. Second place, subscribe to the Drawn West podcast. It is the best way to help the show grow, and it means more to us here at Drawn West than you can possibly imagine. So you hit that subscribe button on whatever podcast app you're listening to the show on, and just send a quick screenshot to brian@getdrawnwest.com or DM it to us at any platform at Get Drawn West. All you got to do, hit the subscribe button, take a screenshot, send it over. We'll see it. We'll give you 10 more points. While you're doing that, number 3 is just as easy. If you leave a 5-star rating on the podcast, you're going to get an additional 10 points. That's 10 for each. So now we're at 20. Simple. Give us a quick rating. It really helps the show grow and gives back and allows us to do more cool things like give away free bows, which I love to do, and hopefully we can do more of them. So subscribe to the podcast, leave a 5-star rating. That's 20 points. Just screenshot both or do both at once and send one screenshot that shows the 5-star rating and the review or the subscribe, and email it to us or send it in a DM. Very simple. Fourth way, share the giveaway with your hunting buddies. There's a couple ways to do this. You can spread the word, rack up extra points. Just you can send the link to the giveaway page in an email and just add us, CC us, or add us to the email, Brian@GetDrawnWest again, or DM it to somebody. DM it on Instagram, send it in a text message. Just take a simple screenshot. You can blur out the number or the name, doesn't matter if you want to or not, and send it over to us. You're going to get 5 extra points for each person you send it to. We're going to limit that one to 25 total points because we don't want everyone in your phone getting blown up with a bow giveaway, even if they're not a bow hunter. So send it to 5 of your hunting buddies that need a new bow and send us just a quick screenshot. It says that you did it. We want to make sure this is an honest competition, that no one's cheating to take your bow. We don't want anyone else there trying to take away your chance at winning this bow. So we just got to keep a little bit of guide rails on this. And then the 5th way, the best way to win this bow, listening to the Drawn West podcast. That's right. You're already doing it. You're listening. Later on in this episode, we are going to release a code word. Each week, it's going to be a different code word. When you hear that code word, just fire off a quick DM or an Instagram message or an email and send us the code word. You're going to get 20 entries, 20 extra points to win every week. So you're going to stack up the odds a lot. If you really want this bow, I want to give you every chance possible to win this bow. And here is the special to even sweeten the deal even more. We're going to add something extra. If you are selected as the winner and you have done each of those 5 options, you've emailed us what your favorite bow specs would be, what your dream build is, you've subscribed to the podcast, you've left a 5-star rating, you've shared it with at least one friend, and you have emailed in at least one podcast code, you've done all 5 at least once, we're going to let you pick a complete custom string and cable set to fully customize your bow to be exactly what you want. I just did this exact same thing with my Lift X33. You're going to hear about it on the podcast. I went with a shale fade to black, so my top is gray, my bottom's black. I have a Lift X33. I went with an 80-pound bow, 30.5-inch draw, and I went with solid green strings and cables. So we want to make sure when you win this bow, you get something that you're really excited about. And so if you've done all 5 of those things, you're going to get to fully build out a custom bow on the Mathews Bow Builder tool on their website. And that's what we're going to order for you. And that's what you're going to get. So make sure you do all 5, because if you win and you only did 4, you're going to be really bummed that you don't get the cool custom string color. They're all free. They're all super easy to do. And I wish each and every one of you the best of luck. Let's dive into today's. Welcome to the Drawn West podcast. We're recording first real episode, and we're recording it. If you guys are listening on Spotify or Apple or any other podcast platform, we are recording this live from the Back 40 bonfire at the Back 40 farm, which is also our house.
Also known as our home.
Also known as our home. But there is a video version up on our YouTube channel, so you guys can check out the video version if you wish. But yeah, we're doing the very first Drawn West podcast, and I've got my awesome wife, Abbey. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Abbey.
I'm
Brian's
Abbey.
wife.
Perfect. And yeah, we're doing the first podcast. So if you listen to the pilot, you know that our backstory with Two Bucks podcast, the Western Rookie podcast, some great shows. And I think, the Western Rookie's still going to be going on, and we're still going to be dabbling with some Two Bucks stuff. That's kind of turned into more of our lifestyle, homestead, some habitat. Every now and then we still talk about some outdoor business, but that's kind of turned into kind of like a fun personal project for us. And Drawn West is going to be our new flagship show. So I'm really excited about it. I don't know. What are your thoughts?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah. What were your thoughts when I was like, hey, I want to start a new podcast?
I was like, another one?
Yeah. And then I was like, kind of, when I explained more, did it get better?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Okay.
It's exciting. I think initially I was just like, how in the world are we going to have time for this?
For a third podcast?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I think one main one and a passion project is a fine place to be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm excited for it. So we kind of explained in the first episode, or I did. I'm not trying to catch this fly. We are outdoors, folks. So if you hear a rooster cackle, if you hear some wind, I think I got him.
Nice job.
There's fly guts on my watch.
Gross.
Got him. It is. We're live. We're outside. So we're having a little bonfire, and we wanted to kick this off. I wanted Abbey on the first episode because another part of what's kind of changed since we got into this, or I got into this, is that you and I have started hunting the West together pretty much solely. We are only hunting the West with each other. I'm not doing the big elk hunts lately with the guys, and we're just going together. So I thought, what better guest for our first episode than you?
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks for agreeing to podcast with me.
Of course.
I had to influence you with a bonfire and coffee.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm drinking water. I'm lame. Are you actually drinking coffee?
No, it's not coffee. It's root beer.
That's root beer?
Yeah, I put some milk in there.
Oh,
It's like a dirty soda, but
yeah. Or
healthy.
like a melted root beer float.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so John West, I guess the first one that we want to talk about was maybe like your first Western hunt we did last year. Lots of content about that in we did on Western Rookie.
Mhm.
But what were your thoughts overall, kind of looking back? It's been 6-8 months since we did that hunt. Kind of looking back on that whole experience as a first Western hunt, what was like some of your key takeaways?
Yeah, that was a great trip. Looking back, I think we have a lot of fun memories together that'll be great to have going forward.
Yeah.
A lot of things that were surprising to me. I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Being my first Western hunt, and obviously you were have been on a lot of them, so things that were new to me were not new to you.
Yeah.
So kind of things that took me by surprise a little bit, just even just like shooting in different positions and stuff like that was
Yeah.
kind of new to me. But
Did you feel like it was maybe a little bit of like jumping on a running treadmill syndrome?
probably, yeah.
Like trying, like since it wasn't my first hunt, but it
Yeah.
was yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did spend a lot of time trying to keep up with you.
Not just physically, but just like, obviously like when you jump on a moving treadmill, it's hard to like enter at the right speed.
Yeah.
Or just like there's a lot of things, and yeah, I probably took a lot of it for granted because I've been doing more
Mhm.
of it. So that was a good learning experience, I think, for myself too. But yeah, so what are your thoughts? The differences that like goes into that hunt versus when we go to like back home bow hunting or even bow hunting here on the back 40. Like, what is like some of the key takeaways that were different for you in terms of like traveling to go on that trip?
I feel like there's a lot more pressure,
Pressure.
um, which is not necessarily a bad thing. A lot of planning and anticipation that goes into it,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of aspects outside of just the hunting too, like lodging and food and all that stuff. Obviously, I have like camping experience, but um, a lot of it was new to me, but just like different. Obviously, so much more to think about than just going out here in the backyard after work type of thing.
Yeah, or before work.
Or before work.
Yeah.
Yes, we can do that too.
So Abby's, if folks haven't heard, and maybe sometime we'll mix in some like backstory content, but Abby's first deer, and was it the first deer on the back 40 or was it the second deer on the back 40?
Second.
First buck with her bow,
Mhm.
first deer with her bow, shot it, and you were working overnights.
Yep.
So she shot it at like 5:30, 6 o'clock on Halloween, and
Mhm.
was like, "All right, I'm gonna go eat dinner and go to work. Can you take it from here?" And I'm like, "Sure, I
Yeah.
guess. I don't know." I mean, we knew that was gonna be the plan, but you don't. Sometimes you just like go hunting because you should.
Yeah.
And you're like, "Yeah, but
Yeah.
I gotta leave for work
Yeah.
30 minutes after sunset." But
It's like unexpected that you're gonna actually shoot a deer.
yeah.
Yeah.
For a little, especially our first year on this farm.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But yeah, no, pressure's a good one. I didn't really think of pressure when I
I mean,
think of it.
Especially antelope is like we both expected to tag out
Oh yeah.
and knew like we're gonna be here until we tag out.
Yeah. I always knew, and part of the reason why I wanted to start this specific show is because there are so many things about leaving your home to hunt
Mhm.
on a trip, whether it's the weekend to Alec, like there's still more that goes into that than walking out the back door.
Mhm.
Like we literally have a tree stand in the backyard. Folks, it's probably in frame. Like you shot your first deer on the farm in frame right now.
there.
Yeah, it's behind us. Like literally right there. And so yeah, there's a lot that, but like the farther you go, the longer you're away, the more there goes into it. And I just always thought like there's the planning, there's the scouting, there's the prep work, there's the packing.
Mhm.
But it really all does come down to like there's just more pressure.
Yeah.
There's more pressure on everything. There's more pressure on the plan. There's more pressure on the packing. Like, did I bring everything? Am I forgetting something? Do I have what I need? Am I going to the right spot?
Mhm.
When you just hunt out the back door, there's like no pressure.
Right.
Like if you have to go to the bathroom, you just walk home.
Yeah. Need a snack, walk home.
Yeah, basically. Or like, yeah, a lot of times last fall, I had a circuit. Like if I was going to go work or go hunt after work, I would grab a Mountain Dew, grab a banana, go down to the hunting room, put the Mountain Dew in my pocket, put the banana in my pocket, grab my bow and the clothes and just go out and then drink the Mountain Dew, eat the banana, have that done before like prime time, and then I'm back for dinner.
Don't you think the deer can smell banana in a Mountain Dew?
But what if they are attracted to it?
Do you think they are?
You got to be a little careful, like opening cans
Obviously.
for sure with the noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I don't know. I mean, you're supposed to be playing this wind anyway, so if they can smell it, they can smell you too. So it's not going to work either way.
Yeah.
So
Do you smell as much as a banana?
I think, I probably not, but I've heard that animals that rely on their sense of smell to survive, and I've heard you can basically look at an animal and tell how good of a nose they have by how long it is. So like dogs, for example, have great noses. Cats, terrible noses. Like cats don't use their nose; they use their vision because their eyes are on the same side. They have good depth perception.
Hmm.
But deer, super long nose, super good smell, and I've heard that those animals can smell in like layers. Like the best way I've ever heard it described is like we smell spaghetti, they smell tomatoes and peppers and garlic and onion and basil independently.
Hmm.
So I think instead of like
They're
being
so
like,
distinguished.
is that a banana or a
Or
human?
a human.
They'd be like, there's a banana with a human over there. Yeah, or a human with a banana.
Yeah, one of the two.
Yeah. So I think either way your goose would be cooked if they smell the banana. Now hearing the pop can, that can happen anyway. So yeah, you got to be a little careful. But yeah, that's true. It's a lot of pressure.
Mm-hmm.
So now that was last year's hunt. Obviously we had a great time, and maybe we'll like release some like throwback hunts during hunting season,
Mm-hmm.
just to because there's a lot of content, and anyone that's new to this channel um, might not have seen that.
Yeah.
So yeah, jumping ahead now this fall, what are you now most excited for with the plans that we have for this fall?
Yeah, so this fall we're going to Colorado mule deer hunting.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I don't know. I feel like I still have no idea what to expect. Like I'm expecting it to be completely different
Yeah.
than antelope hunting. I know it'll be like we'll probably see a lot less mule
Yeah.
deer than we saw antelope.
Yeah.
Maybe be a little less
Sure.
picky.
Yeah. Potentially.
Depends on what we see when we get out there. We'll get out there a day in advance, hopefully, to do some scouting.
Yeah. Yeah. I think there'll be more. I don't know because I think there's still gonna be like antelope hunting is a lot of truck time, driving around different spots, glassing. I think mule deer is gonna, especially late season mule deer, is gonna where we're going is gonna be a little bit less, but I think it's gonna be like, I mean, it'll depend on what we actually see, but yeah, a little bit of truck time, but maybe more walking, like 50-50
Mm-hmm.
versus 75-25, and then like elk hunting is almost the complete opposite. It's like all
All walking.
like there's been elk hunts where we showed up in the truck and we didn't get back in the truck until we left. You just walk or four-wheeler from camp.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know if we'll be as picky either. I think like I have a goal personally of like what I'm looking for in a mule deer, and I may not shoot until I find that, or we're starting to get to the end of the hunt and we just haven't been seeing any of it. Then that might lower my bar.
Mm-hmm.
Versus the antelope, it was really like we want to look at every single antelope in the
And then
unit
pick.
and then pick. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think if there's one that hits my bar, I think I'm gonna shoot right
Yeah.
away.
I'm actually a little nervous because to me, every mule deer looks massive.
Yeah.
So that could be interesting. But that's okay. I mean, it'll be exciting and
Well, you have never shot a mule deer.
no, I
so
haven't. So whatever it is,
Yeah.
I'll be happy.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity
Just
there
being out
to
there
have.
will be a good experience. But
Right. I've shot a few. I'm really looking for a 4x4. Like I'm not super picky on size. Obviously, the bigger the better. But I've done 4 mule deer hunts, and I've always ended up shooting the only / also biggest buck I ever saw on public land. And like it's like, oh cool, shot the big. It's like, yeah, because it was the only.
it was the only one.
Right. Right. Like
Yeah.
it was literally the only buck I had an opportunity to shoot the whole week. So I want to hunt that I can like. I'd like to look at a couple bucks and be like, not today. And I'd love a hunt that like allows us to have that many opportunities.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else are you excited for? So this hunt will be a little bit later in the year.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a little bit more intense.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited for that. I felt like I kind of missed that in the antelope hunt.
Yeah.
I mean, we walked more some days than others, but otherwise it was a lot of just being in the truck, which I guess I just wasn't expecting. I didn't clearly know what to expect, but
Yeah.
I'm excited to get out there a little more.
Well, that was also a fact of like the unit we had a like good public access, but
Mhm.
not big pieces.
Yeah.
So there really wasn't a need to walk until you found
Yeah,
one.
and we had good roads to get where we wanted to see.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we didn't walk until we had one. If you were in like the other side of the spectrum where it's just huge, vast publics with no roads, then you might be walking just up and over to like glass on the other sides of things. But
Mhm.
yeah, I think deer we're gonna probably, if I forecast it, I would say probably a lot of, well, it's gonna be pre-rut or rut,
Mhm.
probably pre-rut. So hopefully we got like good all day activity and lots of deer movement. So I'm excited for that. I think it's gonna be a lot of like trying to get out there a little bit earlier maybe, um, and finding like good glassing and like scouting knobs on like hillsides and ridges, and then like sitting down and staying put,
Mhm.
and then like giving it like a couple hours of glassing, picking apart a hillside and seeing if there's any deer. And then if we find one, then it's going to be like making a game plan, like how do we get around, up, down, over
Mhm.
in range. That's kind of how I see it, but every time I've gone on a mule deer hunt and that was the plan, it turned into like, all right, that's not working. Now let's cover as many miles as possible trying to find
Trying
deer.
to find them. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see there.
Mhm.
Are you excited or nervous for shooting? I think we got to get into shooting a little bit.
Yeah, I'm pretty nervous.
Yeah.
I think it'll be further than what I had to do for antelope.
Well, hopefully not, but
Hopefully not. That would be great.
potentially, yeah.
But then it's like, do you try and get closer? And
Yeah.
obviously that's always a risk too, or
Yeah.
just take a longer shot. I do think if I have more time to like set up the shot, it'll go better. I'll feel more comfortable than like
Yeah.
sprinting after an antelope. And
Yeah. I think, well, we got to prepare for that too,
yeah,
because we could end up sprinting, but just knowing that if that was what happens, like we need to take time, and if there isn't
Mhm.
time, like let's not rush the shot.
yeah, making sure we're making
Yeah.
smart choices.
Yeah, because you're an archer. Like I would say, like I would describe you as an archery hunter.
Mhm.
Rifle, you got your first rifle last year.
Mhm.
Did your first rifle hunt. Well, you did a little bit with your dad, but never shot a deer with a rifle growing up, right?
No, I don't. I didn't even go.
Oh,
No, I only went bow hunting when I
only
was
when
growing up.
yeah, you were like
Mhm.
pretty much live or die by the arrow.
Mhm.
And so yeah, first rifle hunt. There's some nuances, and I think it's kind of hard because most hunters progress the opposite. They start with a gun and then move to a bow.
Mhm.
And so by the time you're doing bow hunting at your level, most people are pretty comfortable around rifle hunting. And you were kind of the opposite, where like you're super confident with the bow
Mhm.
and know what you can and can't accomplish. Like your 30-yard window, like you're like, I know how to kill deer within 30 yards, which is
Mhm.
like most people's bubble. And that part of your hunting, I think, is solid. And then the rifle, it's like, I haven't done this at all. Like,
Yeah.
do
Yeah, I
I
have very low confidence.
do I
and low
kneel? Do I
experience.
sit? Do I yeah? Do I stand? Right.
Yeah.
So
Do I breathe? Should I just hold my breath? Probably.
yeah. Yeah, so there's some of that. I think we got like that's one thing I want to get into more, and that's probably the like hardest part where we live is like we don't have a ton of access to rifle shooting opportunity. Like we can shoot a little bit here, but I'm always a little conscious of like how much is too much with neighbors.
Yeah.
Like we have safe angles, but we have neighbors that could definitely hear it, and is it like annoying or not? So, I mean,
Yeah.
not doing it like early morning, late night, you know, and then if we get like feedback, I guess just listen to it. But
Yeah.
but we can only shoot to like 100, 150 here,
Mhm.
which is like good for like just getting reps in and practicing breathing and trigger pulls. But we
Mhm.
also have to find those opportunities to like stretch that distance and like put the gun to the test, put the optics to the test, practice.
Mhm.
Like 300, I think would be a good number to just try
Mhm.
to get comfortable at for the mule deer hunt.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Which 300 is a long shot.
It's a very long shot,
Yeah.
but we'll see.
Being comfortable out to 300 and always striving for as short as possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
I
good
wouldn't.
goal. I think just like general, even like dry fire would be super helpful. Like shooting from different positions. Like those
Mhm.
are the things that I wish we would have done last year.
Yeah. Yeah, we kind
that
of got rushed.
now we know. But
Yeah. So that's, I think, something that we can start
Mhm.
soon.
Mhm.
Start shooting a little bit. I'd like to shoot too. Yeah, I think that's a good spot. What are you thinking for camping? We've been kind of going back and forth
So
on
nervous
this.
about this.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be cold, probably.
Well, I don't know. So, to put it in perspective, we're going the Minnesota deer season, which is a little bit late. It's like like as late as it can be this year for Minnesota. But there's been deer seasons when it's been 60 degrees here in Minnesota.
We're not gonna be in Minnesota.
Yeah, we're gonna be 1,000 miles south. Like
Yeah.
we're going to southern Colorado, not far away from New Mexico.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but we're also kind of in mountains. I mean, we're gonna be in the foothills. We're not gonna be up that high. So I think it could be 20, and I think it could be 80. I think those are
Pretty
both.
big range.
I think so. I think 80 is unlikely, but I think it could be. I went on a mule deer hunt in Montana a week after we're going with Bryce Bowser, and the first 2 days were 70.
Mm.
So
I don't know.
I really think it could be really wide open.
Yeah,
I hope it's not 80.
that would be uncomfortable.
I kind of hope it's not 20 either.
Same. Yeah.
If we had temperatures like Wyoming, maybe a little cooler in the day.
Cooler. Wyoming was like plenty hot. A
Yeah.
little too hot sometimes.
During the day. It got a
Yeah.
little chilly at night.
It did. That's for sure.
Yeah, so it's like, do we bring the tent and camp? Do we try to figure out? I mean, I looked at Forest Service cabins. There's none around us.
Mm-hmm.
I did a little bit of searching on like Airbnb, VRBO, camper rentals. I mean, maybe I wasn't on the good sites, but it was just like, I'm not spending $1,900 on an Airbnb. Hey, folks, like I mentioned at the beginning of this podcast, again this week, we are doing the Mathews Lift X giveaway. If you don't know what I'm talking about, if you missed the intro, if you missed last week's episode, we are giving away a free Mathews Lift X bow. There's a whole bunch of ways that you can get extra entries to win, but you got to make sure you're signed up. Go over to getdrawnwest.com/giveaway. Get yourself signed up to win this bow. You're going to be able to pick exactly what you want. And this week's code word is bridge lock, as in the bridge lock adapters and components and accessories that come with, or that your Mathews Lift X will be designed for, depending on what you want. If you decide to go with their accessories or not, that's your choice. That's on you. But this week's code word is bridge lock. If you send that to me in an email or an Instagram DM, you're going to get 20 additional entries. If you sent in last week's code word, you're going to get 20 as well for that. So now you could be up to 40 entries for just listening to the podcast. I tell you what, somebody out there is going to do all 5 of these bonus entries, and they are going to win the bow. That's probably what it's going to take. It's just like Western applications. Whoever has the most points has the best chance of drawing. And if you get all 5 done, if you do all 5 of the bonus entries, you're going to be able to pick a custom string and cable set for your bow as well. $200 value, yours for free. But this week's code word, bridge lock. Make sure you're signed up. If you're not, go sign up right now. Send me the code word, bridge lock, in an email, in an IM, or a DM, whatever the kids are calling it these days, and get your 20 additional points for this week. Thanks for listening. Back to the.
Yeah. Seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can buy a blanket.
We can buy a lot of blankets for that amount of money. We're gonna need them.
You look like a burrito. You look like the burrito the new person at Chipotle tried to fold and like just kept ripping, and then how they add another tortilla and then another tortilla. By the time the week was over, Abby had like 4 blankets, 2 sweatshirts. Yeah.
It was cold.
Yeah, your sleeping bag that you had loaned from a family member. I think technology has come a long ways since that sleeping bag was made.
Yeah. I think it was a good sleeping bag.
It was a good 3-seasoner.
Yeah.
A good 3-season bag.
But.
And we were starting to get into that 4th season.
And I guess I just am like a cold sleeper. Like I get cold when I sleep, so that doesn't help.
Yeah, for sure. That is true. So you got a new bag.
New sleeping bag.
New sleeping bag. You went with the Browning McKinley like mine.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to like that a lot. I mean, I took one look at that sleeping bag, and I was like, you're going to get cold.
We could have switched.
Well, I went to fit in yours.
That's probably true.
Yeah. But you can kind of tell, like, it was just lightweight.
Yes. I think that was not helpful for me.
Like, you know, I know like high-end camping gear can be very efficient at light weights. I don't think that was a high-end backpacking sleeping bag.
Wait, I don't know.
Maybe in its day probably was,
Yeah.
but just like it was just like my sleeping bag weighs like 15 pounds.
Yeah, it's heavy.
Like it's big, it's thick, it's got a ton of material and insulation in it, and that one it was just what didn't have the same. I don't think it was rated for like some of the similar. I don't know. I could be wrong,
I
but
think it's a 30-degree bag.
yeah, and we were just I think we were dipping below that. I think we were getting into the 20s. So, yeah.
Which was a little colder than we expected.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, so you got the new sleeping bag.
Yep.
You're good on a rifle.
Mm-hmm.
What else? And for as far as gear, anything that you're excited to hopefully get for our hunt this year?
Well, I'm hoping to get a new pack.
Yeah, we've been forgetting about that. We should get you your pack ordered.
I have been forgetting.
Yeah, we've been forgetting about the pack, so we got to get the pack ordered. I think for the most part, other than, we got a new truck for the trip. Got a new truck, so yeah, I think we're good almost on gear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I'm-
we might need to get a little creative if it's gonna be cold with warmer clothes for me, 'cause I don't have very many of those.
Yeah, we could
But-
maybe fill in a couple layers of pieces for clothing
Mm-hmm.
to add. If it's super cold, we just probably won't sit quite as long, to be
Mm.
honest. It's like maybe more walking.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty hard to get cold if you're moving.
For you, maybe.
If you have like decent stuff and you're cutting the wind, but like shed hunting, like
Yeah.
we've both shed hunted in the middle of the winter, and it's like if as long as you're moving, pretty doable.
Yeah, I got cold.
Oh, was that when the earlies or like lately?
Earlies.
Yeah, but then when you didn't have any good gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were like trying to use what you could of mine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about like last year, like when we're like going snowshoeing or
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean, like it's as long as we're moving and you have some good base layers. So yeah,
Mhm.
maybe a couple more pieces of different like insulative layers.
Yeah.
Filler material. I think you like the Jetstream will be good.
Yes.
Good there, and you can always bring like a rumple style blanket.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people kind of do that. Like Marcus and Kara Hockett, I think she like will bring like a puffy jacket, and when they stop, she like takes it out and puts it over.
Mm.
So
Yeah. Yeah, I have a blanket too.
Yeah.
Can use.
yeah, so that'll be good. So we got the Colorado hunt planned. I am
Mhm.
like optimistic that I can shoot a buck with my bow early
Here.
anywhere. Probably not. I'm not super optimistic I'm gonna shoot a buck with my bow here. I just don't know if our deer herd / property is at the point where shooting one early is a high success or a high odds thing. Like I've only shot one buck early and I kind of flopped on it last year.
Mm-hmm.
It's usually late.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm thinking if I can pull it off and get another opportunity like last year. Last year was magical. Like it wasn't even supposed to be good hunting, and we had all kinds of bucks within bow range that weekend.
Yeah, that was a good weekend.
So,
Mm-hmm.
if I can pull it off and I get tagged out, I really want to go to North Dakota archery whitetail on like a impromptu trip.
You think so?
I do. I know I want to. I know I want to.
That'd be fun.
How are you thinking like for this fall? Any add-on impromptu bonus stuff that kind of is on your radar?
Not really. It'd
Yeah.
have to be like just over a weekend.
Yeah.
But no, I mean I think the mule deer hunt will be super fun.
Yeah.
Obviously, I hope to bow hunt around here as much as I can.
Yeah.
And then just fill in whatever time we have left.
Yeah. You see yourself doing any like muzzleloader since we're gonna miss the firearm season here in Minnesota?
Probably not. I'd probably go out there with my bow.
What if we go back to Alec?
Maybe.
Some of those stands aren't super set up for.
Yeah. I
For
mean, I obviously don't
hunting
have a
and-
muzzleloader. Should I get one?
I think you should. You can borrow mine. Well, some of just like December hunting, like you've kind of said, like I don't enjoy this when it gets this cold.
I don't enjoy it when it gets that cold.
But we have
But
the
if we have
Mavericks.
Stands,
Yeah.
heaters, then I'll enjoy it a lot more.
But those are not always in the best spots for bow.
That's true.
So for muzzleloader season, I mean, you could bring your bow, and then if one walks out,
Yeah.
I can be muzzleloader hunting, and you could be bow hunting, and then you can switch. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do that. We'll see. I mean, I always have that weekend off or that week off between Christmas and New Year's,
Mhm.
and so I think if both like that would be a good like opportunity if I was tagged out to maybe like sneak a trip in.
To North Dakota.
Yeah, a
It'd be
couple.
so cold.
Maybe. I mean, I have good gear though. Depends on the
Yeah.
weather. I mean, it's not always cold, but yeah, I don't know. That place we shed hunt in North Dakota, just that's like I know you could get like good hunts.
Yeah. I'm a little sad we're so far away from that now. It'd be
Yeah.
nice to go back there more often.
Yeah, but
But
we could.
it's just far away.
We could shed hunt.
We could. It's just so far.
Yeah, but we can still go. Yeah, we need autopilot, like a Tesla that just drive us, so we can like sleep the whole way.
Yeah. We had a hunt lined up to go there this year, and then you went fishing instead.
Yeah, that was a bummer. But I caught my biggest walleye of my
You did.
life, so
It was a great trip. It
Yeah.
just wasn't a shed hunt.
yeah. So we got that. We talked about last year, we talked about this year, we talked about Drawn West, kind of the whole new style of the show, really focusing on like what makes it different when you're leaving. What are some of the trips that like you look out to that might not have a date yet on them, but you just like I would love to do that kind of trip?
I don't know if I've even thought that far.
Yeah.
Maybe
gotta
I should. I know. I think something like a moose hunt would
Yeah.
be super fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. Elk hunting, I feel like I'm hesitantly excited about.
Why hesitantly?
I just think it'd be like, well, I know it's very, very challenging, and I don't know if I'm up for that.
Yeah, well, that's interesting because it is challenging. There's no doubt about it. But it's like, what type of challenging? So it's very low odds to shoot an elk with your bow,
Mm-hmm.
a DIY public land.
Less pressure.
But yeah, but if you're also like physically, like I think I mean, you've done all of those things before. It would be just like your backpacking
Well, I
days.
certainly haven't carried an elk out, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, well you can, I mean, there are so many ways that you can mitigate that
Yeah.
fear. Like
I mean, I think I could do it, but
oh yeah. I mean, 100%. You trained for it this year. I mean, didn't you backpack with like 30, 40, 50 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like a giant elk front quarter is 64 pounds.
Yeah.
Most of them are like 40. It's not actually that heavy.
Mm.
And if that's a problem, you could just bone it out or, cut it up differently. Or I take the quarters and you take the trim. I mean, there's a lot of ways to do that. But yeah, just like if you're like, yeah, it's challenging, but it's like you like physical challenge. You like backpacking. It's like if you look at it one way, like yeah, it's super challenging to be successful. If you look at it like you're gonna go
Mhm.
for a hike with a bow in the woods in September, like,
yeah.
that's not that challenging. Like that will happen. We'll be
Right.
successful on that for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
So,
that's true. That's
yeah,
a good point.
getting the challenge of elk hunting with a bow is getting one within 40 yards.
Yeah.
And that's not like a physical challenge. It's not even like a mental challenge. It's just like they just sometimes don't cooperate. And there's just not much. I mean, unless you're like a phenomenal elk hunter, maybe there's some things you could do. But if you're just like
Mhm.
trying to get this worked out, you got 7 days. It's like
Yeah.
just might not happen.
Yeah.
Or it might walk out and be like perfect. That'd probably be your luck.
I don't know. But
Yeah. Or the
but
rifle.
maybe we'll see.
Or the rifle. I think rifle elk hunting is always a good. I mean I think it's so much fun too.
Yeah. I don't know.
I
I
know.
think I'd prefer a bow, but
Yeah.
we'd probably just like not both get tags,
Oh, why not?
'cause then we're not gonna fill them.
You just want your tag?
Yeah.
That's of course.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, I think I mean, there's a lot of times in elk hunting where like the caller ends up shooting one because the one comes in blind from the back
Yeah.
or something. Like I think there's
That's another thing too, is like we both need to be like competent participants, and I don't feel like I would be that.
yeah,
Like
but
I would be like, I want to like give you the opportunity 'cause I feel like you would do a better job and be like more likely to be successful. But then I'm like, I'm not gonna be good at calling in an elk either. I've just never done it.
I think it's actually flip. I think if I was calling and guiding ish, I think we'd have higher success. I think
Maybe.
if you like I think it's still be hard either way. But I think it's easier to be successful if the better elk hunter, quote unquote, is the one calling cuz they're like quarterbacking.
Yeah.
They're setting up the play. They're understanding what the elk's doing. They're like, "Oh, I need to back up," and I need, if you've had a little bit of reps, that's an easier obstacle to mitigate than like the shooter is just like, hey, if he gets in range and maybe sometimes like, oh, I got to take a step on this side of the tree or that side of the tree.
Mm-hmm.
But the caller is really the one that has all the pressure. Like that's the one that's pulling the elk in. So I almost feel like it'd be better to be successful if I had you up front shooting and I was trying to call. And I'm not even the best at that, but if you're the caller, it's a ton of pressure because like I don't know if I should cow call, if I should bull call, I don't know what to.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of pressure, but it's also like you just gotta try something.
Yeah.
And I mean, we're not elk hunting yet, so why would you start practicing that?
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know,
It'll
if we
probably
like,
take me 10 years to get good at it.
oh,
Or
well,
to be somewhat competent
it's
at
taken
it.
me 10 years and I haven't shot one with my bow yet, so yeah,
Yeah.
maybe, but no, I think you can be competent at the calls in a year. I think most people can. Now, knowing when to use which call and I mean, that just takes some time, and there's always a luck aspect to it.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's just lucky, and sometimes it's like, hey, maybe we aren't gonna call as much. Maybe we're gonna like figure out where they are and then try to spot and stock in on them like real slow, and do more of that method.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of ways we could be successful elk hunting.
Yeah. Could be very fun.
But yeah, I want to do all of them. I want to do every hunt.
I know.
I think it'd be so much fun to just take like a no pressure hunt and just be like, hey, we're gonna go to this over the counter state with our bows and our saddles, and we're gonna just walk around in the woods and see if we can get a deer. Like we don't even care what big it is. Like
Yeah.
maybe it's a doe, maybe it's a little buck. Just go somewhere and try.
Yeah. That would be very fun. I feel like the challenging reality is that there is like this like intrinsic pressure because you have financial investment and a huge time investment in when you go
Yeah.
travel so far away, which for some people is, maybe easier to do than others, especially the time aspect. But
Yeah.
if I'm like, this is my one vacation that I get, in the season or half a year or whatever, like, I gotta make it worth it.
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure too, like for you and your vacation bidding system of like, yeah, you can't just take a week off like I can.
Mm-mm.
So that's a little tricky. But maybe like if you have like, hey, I got a 4-day stretch here, like that has happened. Like right
Yeah.
now, well, right now you're on literal vacation, but there's been times where you've got like 4 days off, and then it could be like, hey, we're both tagged out in Minnesota. We got 4 days off in October. Like let's throw a dart at the map and
Yeah.
go see which state we can pick up a tag in.
Mm-hmm. That could be very fun.
Yeah. Or another option I've been thinking about more and more lately is like Wisconsin.
Yeah, Wisconsin would be fun.
Either finding places to hunt over the counter public,
Mm-hmm.
which I like that part I'm not as excited about, or just like finding the right starter property and finding like a nice little 40-acre piece that's maybe not the best piece. Maybe it's a little farther than we'd like, but we buy that and start making little improvements here and there, and then maybe we flip it in a couple years and get one a little bit closer and like just start that momentum train.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be a really fun adventure, but then like unlock that other like bonus state.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fun.
It would be fun.
And more meat. Like we need more does.
Yeah.
We need a doe farm. Like we just need to go be like,
well, the problem wasn't that we had more tags that we could have used.
yeah, but like we don't have a lot of doe farms. Like this farm here, it's like, yeah, we can shoot a couple does, but we're not gonna shoot 6 does a piece off of this.
No, we don't have that many tags.
Yeah, we do.
Do we?
In this unit, we can each shoot 6 deer. We can shoot our 3 in the normal season, and then we can shoot 3 does in the antler of the season.
Hmm.
So it's like 1 buck, 5 does, or 6 does.
Yeah.
But like this farm isn't going to produce that, or it's not going to be able to sustain that. Our Alec farms, like they got hit really hard with a winter,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like we need a doe farm. Like it would be like the realtor like pulls up like, great farm, look at the pictures of all these bucks, and I'm like, tell me about the does. Like how
Yeah,
many does?
as if.
How many does you got on the farm? I don't care about the bucks.
I do.
Yeah, no, I would definitely want the buck, but I think some places in Wisconsin it's like the same, like 1 buck, 5 does.
Yeah.
And then that, like, 'cause we keep running out of meat. Gotta go on more trips.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta do more hunting.
Gotta fill the freezer.
Yeah. Our freezers are kind of low.
Pretty low.
Pretty low.
It's July.
It's July. We're almost there.
We made it pretty far.
Yeah. I mean, we've got some, like, nuanced cuts,
Mm-hmm.
like shanks and a lot of steaks, actually. We gotta fire up the pellet grill and start eating steaks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, yeah. No, we're in July. Time to get serious.
Mm-hmm.
Got the trail cameras out here. We got tags in our pockets. They just showed up in Colorado.
Yeah.
Got to start shooting. I think fitness-wise, I think we've personally, since we've been together, have never probably been more prepared.
True. Very true.
I'm saying we're probably close to like the fittest we've been.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm feeling good
cardio
about that.
wise.
Cardio-wise, I'm feeling that way.
Yeah.
Strength, I mean, I think I'm this on the stronger end of strong/healthy. Like I've never been like strong and healthy at the same time. I've always said, like I always had like I'd be like strong and then I'd blow out a knee, or I'd be like strong and then I'd get a shoulder problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knock on wood.
So yeah, I'm thinking that's good. So I think like physically, I think we're pretty good prepared. It's just like do some e-scouting, do some shooting, but from there, I think we're good. Yeah.
It'll be a good trip. We got to figure out how to sleep.
How to sleep? We gotta figure out our sleep system. Hopefully,
I think a nice camper sounds great.
I think a camper sounds great too. I just don't know like what's the best way to go about it.
I know hauling it out there would be a bummer.
A little bit, but it's gonna be like, I think it's like 1,500 miles, 3,000 miles round trip. So it'd take us from like 150 gallons of gas or $450 in gas to maybe cost us an extra $300-400 to haul it out there.
Yeah,
Which renting it out there is gonna be the same.
it's true.
I think we should buy one.
I mean, if we find the right thing, that sounds great. But
I think we should.
I don't know if we'll find what we need for that trip within our budget.
Well, our budget is currently zero. So yeah,
our budget is about what we'd pay to rent.
I don't think that's gonna happen, unfortunately. I think it'd be cool to get like the team lodge. I think like a team lodge, fish house, camper crossover would fit really well with our current place in life. In all aspects except our bank account.
Yeah. That dang bank account.
Yeah. Which I mean, like, none of the listeners need to get worried. We could go tomorrow and buy one in cash, but we don't want to. Like, we want to be fiscally responsible and like, but just the thought of like we ice fish, and I think you would go ice fishing more if you were that level of comfort. And like you could be reading on the couch or reading on the sofa or the sleeper bed, fishing. Or like even if we're not staying over, just like you're gonna go from the truck to the like you enjoy fishing, but you don't enjoy it to the point that you're willing to suffer.
Well, a little
too
bit.
much for it. Like when like your brother-in-law and I, or my like Brett and I, would go out and just freeze our tails off. Because we didn't have a house, but we wanted to fish that bad.
Yeah, I'm not about that.
Yeah, so I think you would use that. We'd use it. I think summer camping. Like I think there'd be some trips that we would eventually start going on, that we would camp in the summer.
Yeah.
And then obviously hunting. Like we'd use it on like every hunting trip in the fall that we go on outside of the state, and then like shed hunting. I think it would be like really open up some options. Just like go, set it down, walk, just have a good sleep. So
sounds nice.
It does sound nice. A team lodge would be perfect.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll figure something out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I mean, worst case is we just freeze for a week.
Yeah, worst case is we tent. I think this year one of the hacks we're going to do is we're going to bring the buddy heater, and we're going to just turn it on in the morning to like take the chill off of like maybe like wake up, turn it on, kind of sleep / just lay in bed for 10-15 minutes while it heats up a little bit in the tent, and then we're going to try that I think this year. We forgot that last year.
Yeah, we did.
Well, I didn't think it was going to be that cold. I've also never had a problem with it. But then it got a little colder than we thought, and then I was like, that would be nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah. What else? Got anything else?
About what?
In general, on the pod?
Nothing else.
Nothing else? Should we wrap?
We should wrap.
Wrap it up? Thanks for listening, folks. John West Podcast. We're really excited about this project. I think it's going to be really cool. And I think it's just a natural evolution in the stuff we produce, the content, most people's journeys. I think it's like, okay, the rookie aspect of hunting, like I've done it a few times. I don't necessarily consider myself a rookie anymore, but I'm still looking for like some of those tips, tricks, what makes it different. Like there's a lot of different perspective when you're coming from multiple states away and you have a week to get it done. That you can talk to all the locals in the world, and you're only going to pick up so much when they have 90 days of work, hunting after work, and
it's just different.
Yeah, it's just different. So yeah, we're excited for it, and we're hopefully you guys are excited for it too. So stick around. If you are excited, if you're coming from Western Rookie, if you're new, please give the podcast a rating, review, hit the subscribe button. It's the number one way to help our podcast grow and for us to support us in putting out more cool content and cool tips and tricks,
Mm-hmm.
cool life hacks.
Cool life hacks.
Life hacks from Abbey. We're
Yeah.
going to start that series. Are you going to podcast with me on the way out to Colorado again?
Sure, I don't think I have a choice, but yes, that sounds great. I will be
Awesome.
trapped in the truck.
You'll be trapped in the truck again. But
Yep.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, thanks for listening, folks. Drawn West Podcast coming at you. It's a new show. I don't know. I'm excited for it.
I'm excited.
I just don't want to stop talking.
It's going to be fun.
It's going to be great. I'm really excited about our new artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah. TJ rocked that.
Mm-hmm, he did.
So Abby's been approving everything so far.
Yeah.
Does this look cool? Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. So yeah, awesome. Well, thanks for listening, folks. Until next time, we're out.